Good morning, dear students. How are you all? Fine? Very good. Today, we are going to see role of the state government. Block number 15. Last time, we have discussed about this chapter. We have finished half of it. The remaining part today, we'll finish it. So, up till now, we have understood till forming the state government. And we were about to understand the role of an government. But before that, we'll have a small revision of that. How the government is formed, the state government, and what are its three main organs. The main organs are executive, legislature, and judiciary. Under executive, the governor, chief minister, and council of minister works. Whereas under legislature, legislative assembly, that is lower house, legislative council, that is upper house, member of legislative assembly, that is MLA, and member of legislative council, that is MLC, and in judiciary, high court and district. Now up till now we knew that government is formed with elections. The political parties come together, compete in the election, and the winning party forms the government, whereas the losing party forms a opposition party. So now let's see further. So see on page number 19. For the purpose of elections, each state is divided into small parts called constituencies. The map in figure 1 shows the state of Uttar Pradesh divided into 80 constituencies. Elections to the Legislative Assembly are held once every 5 years in each state. People contest elections from a constituency and the voter elects one representative from each constituency. Person who gets the highest number of votes from a constituency becomes a member of the Legislative Assembly. Means becomes MLA of that constituency. Those who contest elections usually belong to a political party. The political party that wins more than half of the total number of seats in the election becomes the ruling party, while all the other form the opposition party. Suppose the total number of seats of legislative assembly is 100, then the party that gets more than 50 seats will be the ruling party. After the elections, member of ruling party will elect a leader among them. The governor will appoint the leader of the ruling party as a chief minister of state. The chief minister will then choose the council of ministers among the MLAs of the ruling party to help him to govern the state. Each minister is in charge of a department such as health, agriculture, and fishery. The governor is not elected from any political party, appointed by the President of India. Here we can understand how the MLA is elected and how they form the government. The winning MLAs, the political party which have more than half of winning MLAs. They come together and form a ruling party. Ruling party means government. Whereas the losing party, that is, whose numbers are less than the majority, that party and the other winning MLAs form a opposition opposition party. The leader from the ruling party is appointed as a chief minister of the state. And who appoints this? Governor. And governor is not an elected member, but he is appointed by President of India. President of India appoints one each governor for the state, and this governor appoints a chief minister from the ruling party. Understood? Very good. Now let's see what is the role of MLA. Why do you think the MLA should be responsible for the problem that people are facing in Palampur? MLA represent a constituency from which they are elected. They are expected to look after the development of their constituency and also address any issue concerning health, sanitization, electricity, and water supply in their area. As elected leaders, they are accountable to the people who elect them. MLA, especially those from the opposition party, have the right to question the Council of Ministers on any government policy or action. The minister have to give a satisfactory answer, or the MLA may request the Legislative Assembly to look into the matter. MLA should attend all the meetings of the Legislative Assembly. They hold debate and discussion on all government actions. They can also pass a vote of no confidence against minister or the Council of Ministers if they are unhappy with government. So now, have you understood the MLA of your area, of your constituency, what he does? The House Legislative Assembly, if his party is a ruling party, they form a government and the chief minister chooses MLAs to help him to form a government, and they are given various departments such as health, development, fishery, or so other departments. And the MLAs from opposition party, they keep and watch on government's action, whether the government's work is going smoothly or are they working for people's benefit. They can ask question and they can point out their workings. If they are not satisfied, they can have debate on that issue, and also they can pass vote of no confidence where the government or the ruling party's government may collapse. Here is a small case study: people's protest in Palampur. As we have seen in the last chapter, Palampur's election, Palampur selection were held and who was the winner. The same Palampur's people's protest. Here is the case study, and this case study will study in our online class. This is an issue of discussing. So we'll have a discussion on this case study during our online class. Let's move ahead by that. Public and private healthcare. An important job of government is to provide basic healthcare facilities to people. Healthcare refers to the facilities to prevent and treat illness and disease. This is the duty of state government to set up hospitals, medical laboratories, ambulance service, and initiate steps to prevent disease in the state. In order to do this, the state government has to hire good doctors and nurses and buy medical instruments and medicines to treat patients. It is also the government duty to look into sanitization or hygiene, provide clean drinking water, take adequate steps so that people can live in a clean environment. Now, during this COVID situations, you must have seen various duties of government. When this disease came into India, government was alert. Each and every state were taking their state's responsibility, care of their state by spreading the awareness of COVID-19. And also, they had raised many hospitals or COVID centers, temporary COVID centers. So many doctors were working, police officers were working on the road, so many COVID centers were raised, and all those who were suffering from this COVID-19 were taken to this COVID center and treated free of cost. Their medicine, food, and their hospitalization, sanitization, all this care was taken by government without any charge. So today you have a very best example what is the role of MLA or what is public and private health. By this you can understand what are the duties of government towards public health and private health. Okay. In India, there are two types of healthcare. One provided by the government and the other run by individuals. Public healthcare. Public healthcare includes the medical facilities that are offered by the state government through a chain of hospital in both urban and rural areas. Government run hospitals are usually less expensive and the medicine and treatment are cheaper or sometimes given for free. These hospitals are maintained funded with the help of money that is earned through taxes by the state government. All villages have a health center which is run by a government doctors. These health centers usually take care of childbirth and treat common disease. Patients with more serious illness are referred from the village health center to government hospital in towns or cities. In figure you can see figure 2. In villages where there are small healthcare centers, they look after into the minor disease, that is childbirth or some minor diseases. If the disease is serious, they prefer to the patient to go to the bigger hospital, that is to the town, where this disease can be treated very nicely. These diseases in this public healthcare are often very cheap, or sometimes they are free of cost. Private healthcare. Private healthcare includes private hospitals and clinics run by individual doctors, group of individual or private company. Private hospitals are mostly found in cities. They have many facilities for different kind of medical tests, which may not be found in smaller government hospital. The government has no control over private hospitals. Those who own these hospitals decide the cost of treatment. Usually, the cost of treatment is much higher in this hospital than in government hospitals. However, there is a vast difference between government hospital and private hospital. If you visit for a particular disease or just have a random visit to a government hospital and private hospital, where you can see facilities and the cost. Facilities are more in private healthcare, but the cost is also much more than private hospital, public hospitals. And there are a lot of differences also as compared to government hospitals and private hospitals. Public healthcare. Now, what are these public healthcare and private healthcare? Public healthcare run and funded by the government, whereas private healthcare run and funded by one person or a group of people. Includes Public healthcare includes hospital in a rural and urban areas, whereas public healthcare hospitals are largely founded in urban areas, that is in cities. Public healthcare cost of treatment is low or sometimes free, and here in private healthcare cost of treatment is high. Now here is again a small case study. This is related to the healthcare. So this also we will discuss in our online class. So we can have our various opinions during online class to understand it better. There are hundreds of private hospitals in India which offer very high quality medical care. Many people from different parts of Asia come here for treatment. Most of the better doctors are found in these cities because some of the private hospitals pay higher salaries to the doctors than the government hospital in small town and villages. However, not everyone can afford to get treated in these hospitals. Most of the people in our country live in rural areas and cannot afford expensive medical treatment. Many from urban areas also find private hospitals too expensive. If the government hospital did not exist, many people would have not access to basic health care. Sometimes the government hospitals may not have enough beds for the patients or specialized service such as special instrument for medical tests or even good doctors. Village hospitals too are inadequate to help different kind of patients. The story of Amar is an example of the problem people facing in getting proper health care. Sometimes it is not just poverty that keeps people from getting medical help. Women healthcare is often neglected and goes unnoticed. Therefore, it is the duty of government to provide proper health care to all at an affordable cost. It is also necessary for the government to provide basic facilities such as clean drinking water, healthy food, and proper sanitization, especially to the underprivileged people, that disease can be prevented. Here we can see government hospitals as compared to the private hospitals are not so very well equipped, and the doctors are also not so very good, only because the private hospitals pay more salaries to the doctors and have inadequate number of instruments, the advanced technology instruments for treatment, also have the advanced medicines. But still, if you think there would have not been government hospitals, so many poor and underprivileged people would have find the private hospitals too costly and would have not got medical treatment also. Whatever government is trying on their level best. Anyways, so this was all about the remaining chapter. Hope you would have understood this. The part which you have not understood, including the case studies, we will discuss during our online class. So listen this video and try to mark down your doubts so we can discuss during our online class. Till then, have a nice day. Bye bye.